I was recently invited to an early access pre-alpha test of a game called Riftstorm. Thanks to developer Mythic Protocol and Keymailer for the review copy. Riftstorm is a roguelike isometric third-person shooter. It's currently PC only and is scheduled for release TBA, probably 2025. It is co-op as well as completely solo too. You choose your operative, each having different passive and active skills and playstyle differences. I went with the default girl for this test, who has an auto reload skill, a big bomb attack that stuns, and this temporary homing shot that reminds me of something.
One shot sends every following shot to the same location.
You have a loadout of 2 guns that you can switch between. You move with WASD and aim with the mouse. At the moment, there is no controller support that I could get to work, but there is a controller configuration in the options menu, so I assume it will be added later. And that's good because my keyboard and mouse skills are a bit rusty. Any issues I had getting stuck on objects or any trouble dodging things was mostly due to my skills and not the game. The general game flow of Riftstorm is as follows. You start in the hub room, choose your operative, your loadout, and your mission. Proceed through rooms of enemies, clearing them out, eventually arriving at a purple portal warping you to the next part of the stage. Clearing a stage gets you a big crystal that drops 3 items. Choosing one gives you a permanent upgrade. This is the roguelike part where you make a character build as you go. From homing shots to more damage at the cost of shield, there is plenty of build crafting here, and when the final game comes out, I assume there will be even more. Sometimes you get a chest that gives in-game currency called ESS. You can save this up to buy health refills or new items for your builds. Sometimes you will find a pre-boss item room or just a random room with health refills off the beaten path. One time I was low on health and the refill was through a trapped room. Continue fighting through more procedurally generated rooms until you get to a boss room. In my first playthrough I only fought 2 bosses, other than the instant death tutorial boss. One who slams on the ground with circular indicators, and another who dashes at you indicated by lines. Beat the boss and you get a bunch of guns that include snipers, machine guns, shotguns, and my favorite, the SMG. Guns have a combat power number as well as unique affixes. Then you get experience and level up. You may also unlock a new passive skill. Get your loadout ready and go back into the fray again. I found Riftstorm very fun. I played for much longer than I thought I would on my first playthrough, which is a great sign. The controls were great and not overcomplicated. The frame rate was solid, and except for a slight stutter in one of the shop rooms, no real issues here. There are a few bugs currently, but I didn't notice any during my playthrough. There was a good amount of options. Actually, there were display options in this game that some finished games don't have. It's not just a brainless shooter. There are lots of strategy, like luring enemies into an explosive barrel, or dodge rolling past these shielded guys and shooting them in the back. As far as criticisms go, not many. Most of them are things that I want to see added, not changed, like elemental weapons and cool build synergies, and of course, controller support. You move slower when you strafe and shoot. I think it takes slightly too long to return to normal speed after you stop shooting. The animation lock here could be a bit quicker. The environments are mostly warehouses and one sewer level I got to. I'm hoping that they will add some really cool levels, especially with the mystic occult vibe they have going on. Some of the stages were a bit too long, and I'm not sure why there are portals that warp you to more level instead of just making the level bigger and having the warp take you to the boss. Overall, I had a lot of fun playing Riftstorm, and I can't wait to see what the full game becomes. Thanks to Mythic Protocol for letting me try this out. I like it so far and will definitely play more as soon as my old man hands stop cramping up on the keyboard. This is Dan T from Twisted Banana Productions, and I better get out of here before this circle around my feet fills up.